Hey everybody! Welcome back to Blacktown TV's Look Who's Next. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Simone Jackson. Always here to bring you guys another great episode of Look Who's Next. For those who don't know, Look Who's Next is where we have a podcast where we have great conversations with engaging and influential guests in the entertainment industry. I'm really excited about our next guest. She is just a real hyphenate. She is a singer, an actress, so much more. And she's going to be starring in the season 1 of a Netflix original called Motown Magic that will be premiering November 20th on Netflix. And I'm really excited to be talking to her about it. And she's going to be starring in so many more movies. But everyone, please welcome Miss Dasha Chadwick. Hi, Dasha.
Hi, Simone. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, I'm glad you were able to join in on us today. Like I said, I know you're a very busy woman. I know you got many things on your plate, so we are glad you're able to spare us these few moments and able to chat to Blacktown TV today.
Thank you. No problem.
All right. Well, Miss Dasha, I'm going to fire the first question at you. I'm very curious to know, and of course the Blacktown TV audience is curious to know too, what began your passion for singing and acting?
It actually was just kind of a natural curiosity, being an only child and just loving music and being surrounded by music and the arts growing up. I one day just threw in my mom's cassette tapes and started copying Mariah Carey and Regina Belle and Aretha Franklin, and it really was like I was mesmerized by them and wanted to see if I could sound like them, and then it just kind of took off from there. And acting came along around middle school when I started doing musicals, so it was like, oh, I can be on stage, sing, and try to like play make-believe. That's really cool. So
right.
Yeah, so it was that's kind of how the acting came into place later.
Yeah, great influences, by the way. Mariah Carey and all of them. Great choices, by the way. And yeah, I could see how that would. Yeah, I could see how that would ignite your passion for it. But as I said in the introduction, you are involved with a Netflix show called Motown Magic. It's also the show is going to be debuting November 20th. Can you give us a little detail about it?
Yeah, so Motown Magic is a animated series, executive produced by Smokey Robinson, and it is produced also by Grace Entertainment, which is the team that's responsible for Beat Bugs, which is another Emmy Award-winning animated series that uses only Beatles music. The difference with Motown is that it's obviously all Motown music, and it is centered around a awesome little guy named Ben, and he's an 8-year-old living in the town of Motown.
Mm-hmm.
And I freaking love this little kid. He is this just awesome little guy who has a big heart and kind of deals with some things that I feel like a lot of kids would relate to in terms of being misunderstood or being creative and not truly understanding his power and the creativity. And he discovers all these things with his friends in the town of Motown. So, and I'm half of Ben. So I am the singing voice for Ben.
Oh, wow. Oh, I cannot wait to check that out when it premieres. It sounds like it's going to be a great show. It sounds like, as you said, there's a lot of things that kids can relate to, and it sounds like young adults can relate to it too, because, again, I'm a kid at heart, so that includes me too. So I'm definitely excited for it. So, but Dasha, I'm really interested to know, as an actress, what roles do you gravitate to?
That changes for me. It changes for me based on my mood, and it probably annoys my manager because one moment I'll be like focused on drama, and now I'm kind of in a vein of where I really want to get back into comedy and dramedy. It really just depends on where I'm at in my life. I feel like where I'm at in my life affects what I want to explore.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it'll just be a role or a script that something about that character speaks to a part of me that I need to kind of delve into, or
Mm-hmm.
speaks to the type of person or woman that I feel like should be highlighted,
Absolutely.
or explored more, seen more on television. Those are
Mm-hmm.
the roles that kind of make me think, maybe I should try to do this, or, oh, wow, those are things or characteristics that I haven't been able to really amplify,
Right.
But I do get kind of typecasted as like the hot nurse or like the side chick sometimes. But
Oh no.
I try to go towards things like we're the underdog. I love those characters, the
Me too.
underdog or yeah, those are the things that like really kind of tickle my curiosity. So yeah.
Absolutely, because they're definitely. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, especially today, the movie roles, movie types, the stories are centered around the cool person or the cool girl or whatever. The underdogs
Mhm.
are rarely shown in an authentic way that's not stereotyped, that's
Mm.
different, that really shows, the different, complexities of, the underdog. So I totally agree with you there. Totally agree with
Yeah,
you there.
exactly.
So Dasha, I'm
Exactly.
not gonna lie, I am a little envious of you because you were personally picked by Tyler Perry himself to be on the Has and Have Nots. I'd be amiss if I did not ask for your reaction and your experience on that.
Oh, that's funny. My reaction, I don't. Is this a PG podcast? Because
Oh no, girl, please
okay,
express yourself.
okay. My reaction when they said you got the role was, oh shit, and then
Love it, love it.
like literally, that's all I could say. It was a very surreal moment. Just, I don't think people really understand the up and downs of being a working actor or musician, and how magical one moment can change things. These magical moments can change things. So it was a very surreal moment for me. I got to read with Kim Coleman, who's an awesome casting director,
Mm-hmm.
and he forwarded my stuff over to Tyler, and he watched it and agreed. And I met with Mark Swinton literally about 10 days later. It was about midnight when I arrived in Atlanta. And it was just one of those moments where it was like, okay, this is really happening. And literally the very next day, I had to be up at 4 a.m. to be on set. And this massive man walks up to me and says, hi. I was like, oh my God, this is Tyler Perry. Like, this is really happening.
She's like, this is really, oh my god. Oh my god, I would have a heart attack and oh my lord. Ah, the fact
But
that you,
I was in a dream state for about a week. And once I loosened up, even Tyler asked, he said, what did you tell Mark when he gave you the part? And I couldn't even remember what I said because I was in such a dream state. He says, did you say, oh shit? And I said, oh, no, because I was just in La La Land. I was in a dream state. I didn't even really realize I had done the show until 2 weeks later when I was on the plane back to LA.
oh my god. Oh, I wish someone would have recorded it so I would be able to watch that moment again and again because that is a moment that needed to be captured. That's crazy. That is insane.
It
And
was
I have to
crazy.
say, you did a lot better than me if I were to meet Tyler Perry because you just cursed. I would have passed out. Full on passed out. Hit the ground. It's over. Lights out. Yeah.
You know what's crazy is like he was always a bucket list for me to the point to where I would get fake, you know how they say you kind of manifest things? I
Mm-hmm.
would get fake Tyler Perry Facebook messages for years of, I just saw you on YouTube and I want you to come and audition for me, for years before I booked that show. So it was just like it really, like, it was surreal. And to the point to where I had kind of wanted to do it for so long. So actually being there was like the Twilight Zone. Like you just feel like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
And yeah. And
Yes,
it
I
wasn't
can.
until I left, I was like, oh, that really happened.
Yeah, I completely understand when you mean being in a dreamlike state, because of course anybody would be in a dreamlike state. They meet someone they respected, admired so long, someone who's so, such a famous figure like Tyler Perry, who's known for just creating careers just because he can. So it's just,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a surreal moment. But yeah, that is incredible. That is incredible. Um,
Yeah.
Dasha, but besides Motown Magic, we know that's coming up here on Netflix on November 20th. But what other future projects are you involved with that you give a little dish about to Blacktown TV?
So I have a movie that's also coming out, a feature film, which is I'm actually so excited to see the final product. It's called Appleseed, and it stars Rance Howard, who passed recently. He is,
Mm-hmm.
for people who don't know, he's the father of Ron Howard and Clint Howard. So
Oh, yes.
uh, yeah, so starring not Ron, sorry, starring Clint. Clint Howard is also in the movie as well, with Michael Wars and Grizzly Peaks Films. It was just a really, really fun feature to do, and I'm going to actually see the screening of that next week. And they're shopping it around right now on the American film market, so hopefully that will be something that everyone can see soon. And in addition to that, I'm working on my music, so that, I'm an independent artist as well, and I'm looking to release my next single within the next month.
Oh, incredible. Incredible. I
Mhm.
employ Blacktown TV to make sure you guys check her out and her future projects, roles, and of course her music. Definitely make sure you follow her on that one, because anybody personally picked up by Tyler Perry is someone that needs to be watched, supported, and just adored. So, because Tyler
Thank
Perry can
you.
do no
I
wrong.
really appreciate that.
And of course, I mean, of course, you are a bright shining star. So I want to make sure the Blacktown TV audience follows you. So where can we go to follow you and your work?
Honestly, the best place to go is Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I am all about posting that on the Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, The Divine Diva, so at The Divine Diva, and it's going to be TheDivineDivah. That's how you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook, even on my YouTube. It's Dasha the Divine Diva. So that's kind of like my little tag, is The Divine Diva.
Absolutely. Blacktown TV audience, you heard her from herself, so make sure you definitely follow her on Instagram. Like I said, she's got amazing projects coming up, so make sure you guys definitely keep up with that. Going on to my next question, Dasha. You were lucky to be part of the Vanity Fair I Never Expired campaign. Can you tell us about that?
So the I Never Expire campaign was this great branded content campaign that I did with Vanity Fair and Ski 2. So Ski 2 is a skin product line. And they found 7 women of all different ages and backgrounds to come and discuss the pressures that women face
Mm-hmm.
in regards to their age and where they're at in life. So it was a way to kind of dispel these like rules and these boxes that we feel like we need to check off in order to feel like we're validated as a woman.
Right.
And it also really turned into kind of like a therapy, because you kind of feel like you're the only one that feels this way sometimes. And when you get to see and speak to other women who are literally like constantly thinking about the same things and wondering if they are getting it right, it's like, wait a minute, we are getting it right. These are just things that society has been putting on us since, the beginning of time. And we
Mm-hmm.
don't have to abide by whatever rules and, statuses or, that people feel we need to be a woman. We can create
Exactly.
our own lives. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what that basically was trying to get across, that we all as women at every age feel like at sometimes we're not adding up, we're not married, we're not pregnant, we're not, going on vacations. But our lives are our choices, and we
Mhm.
can choose what life we want to have and what our happy ending is going to be. So that's what that really was about.
Yeah, I get it because like I said, it definitely spoke to me, as a young woman because as a young woman, I really am passionate about having a career and just striving for goals and stuff. I think people find it weird that I kind of don't want to do like the married kid life till I'm in my 30s or 40s. But right now, I'm just at the point in my life where it's a career. And so when I saw that, that campaign, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad that, I'm not alone in how I feel, that I definitely feel that women should definitely take, control of their own lives, whatever path and choice they want to do. So I thought it was really great that you were part of that campaign because it really definitely spoke to me.
Yeah, and I was super grateful to be a part of it too, because it kind of helped me to highlight the type of, person in the spotlight that I want to focus on
Mm.
being. And the message I'd really want to send to women and little girls, when I become more visible. And it also kind of ties into the whole Motown Magic backstory,
Mm.
being true to your authentic self and really living your own life and being okay with that, So it was really a great experience for me to be a great experience for me in general.
Absolutely. Like I said, it was a campaign that spoke to me, so it sounds like it was a really great and powerful campaign to be part of. So like I said, it's so glad you were part of it and so glad, it was shown, and I'm really glad that it spoke in a way to where I completely totally understood and just completely agreed with the message. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Um, Coming on to our last final two questions there, Dasha, what, can you tell us what goals do you hope to reach with your careers in both singing and acting?
That's funny because all week this question has been coming up from random people. So I feel like God is trying to get me to narrow and focus in, really, because I came here with the intentions of being a R&B superstar,
Mm-hmm.
and I specifically studied jazz to, kind of delve into that. And through the years of being here, my my path has veered off into animation, where I'm still using my voice, but I'm able to act and affect a different crowd. So at this point, I feel like part of my goals is to affect kids, the little ones, by keeping this type of music alive,
Mm-hmm.
being a part of stories where kids can see themselves and understand um, that they matter and that their stories are relevant. And because it really does make a difference when little people of color see themselves constantly and can watch stories that they can identify with. It really makes a difference. So I want to be a part of that, which I am. And in doing so, I would love to become like the next Disney princess, but I would like to be a Disney princess that affects little girls in the sense that where she doesn't feel like she needs to be identified by being saved by her prince. Um, so anybody at Disney, you listening, I got some ideas, and I would love to do something like that where we can kind of change the dialogue that little girls have about themselves, especially, little girls of color. Like, we had some Mulans. That was great. Elsa was kind of gangsta, but, we need more stories like that for our children, and we need to keep this awesome music that I grew up with, that a lot of people grew up with, alive, because that stuff is classic. And I'm not saying everything on the radio is trash, but it's not the same, so kids need to know like what real melodies sound like and what real instrumentation is, and they need to be aware of the legends that created the path for the people that they are listening to today.
Absolutely.
So that's, yeah, so that's what I feel on that side. In terms of acting, I feel like I would just really like to be involved in more projects where I get to be a part of stories that are truly authentic and women who are courageous and relentless and funny, like real stories of true struggle and like real life obstacles. I think a lot of things on TV are kind of glamorized and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's what I love about Netflix is because they are giving people the opportunity to have these stories where you can really see like real life. So I just want to be a part of those kind of stories, and because people really relate to them and it really can change people's lives.
Yeah. Absolutely. Those are amazing goals, and I completely agree with you on them, especially on the messages of being our own warriors, our own saviors, and keeping the music alive. I definitely agree with you, Dasha, and I think you're definitely on the right path to that. So you definitely have Black Talent TV support.
Thank you, Boo. I appreciate that.
No problem, no problem. Coming at you with the final question, Miss Dasha. Can you give a quick, maybe 10, 15-second answer of why Black Talent TV audience and, of course, everybody else should tune in to Motown Magic on November 20th on Netflix?
Because, look, when I tell you the level of animation, the level of musical production, like the top people are involved with this show. So you are going to not only get to have your children be exposed to awesome images, awesome storylines, and like literally Smokey is on it, Neo is on it, Leon Bridges, like there's Becky G, like so many celebrities are involved in this project as well. You're going to be able to also watch something with your kids where you don't feel like you're going brain dead. Because I know my friends with kids and me being an aunt and I used to be a nanny and a teacher as well. Sometimes parents need a little bit of something that they can relate to as well. So this is definitely something that you can watch with your kids or just by yourself, no judgment, because that's what I do. I like kids shows too.
Yep,
where you can just, yeah, exactly. Where you can literally have that moment of nostalgia because it was an amazing process of literally recreating these songs with the same legends that created the originals, and putting a new twist on it, but it's still classic Motown. So, if you're about good music and good entertainment, that's why you should watch Motown Magic on Netflix November 20th.
Well, that sounds like all good reasons to me, and I don't think I need any more. I think I will be definitely tuning in on November 20th to see Motown Magic. I really encourage everybody else to make sure you do it. It sounds like we have a star-studded lineup, so it sounds like it's going to be a great show for parents and the whole family to enjoy. So we make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys check out Motown Magic, premiering November 20th on Netflix. Miss Dasha, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. You are an incredible person. You got an incredible career ahead of you, and you got a clear side of it. You definitely know what you want to do, and you definitely are going after it. So we definitely appreciate you giving your thoughts and words to Black Talent TV today.
Thank you so much for having me, Simone, and I love what you're doing. You are a hustler, and you keep on grinding, boo.
Oh, I will. Definitely. That's what we women do, right? Keep us keep grinding. So that is a definite for sure. Everyone, make sure you guys check out Miss Dasha on her Instagram, and make sure you guys check out the new project she's got coming up. Again, Motown Magic, the new movies she's going to be having, and of course, make sure you guys checking out her songs and singles and everything. Like I said, a bright young star here, so we definitely appreciate her for being on here. And I definitely want to thank everybody, of course, for tuning in and listening. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss Simone Jackson. If anybody else would like to interview or advertise with us, make sure you guys hit us up at info@blacktalenttv.com. Till then, till another great episode, I want to thank Miss Dasha again. I want to thank everybody at the Black Talent TV audience for tuning in. Until another great episode, you guys have a beautiful day, and you guys will be hearing from me soon. Mwah! Bye.